Now, obviously, last season was a pretty disappointing season for the Philadelphia 76ers when you consider the expectations that came with the arrival of future Hall of Famer James Harden and the pairing of him and MVP candidate Joel Embiid, along with an improving Tyrese Maxey, to form what I can consider a pretty formidable Big Three in the Eastern Conference, in hopes that they would go and make a deep playoff run. But as we all know, the playoffs were not good at all, and it was pretty horrible actually, as James Harden, who was the big trade acquisition, disappeared, Joel Embiid dealt with injury, and the Sixers lost to Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat in 6 games. But this offseason, Daryl Morey and the Sixers front office made some low-key moves, but these moves definitely made the Sixers a better basketball team, and maybe the most improved team of this offseason. So let's take a look at the moves they made and see just how much the Sixers have improved going into next season. So if you aren't familiar with who Daryl Morey is, he is the former GM of the Houston Rockets, mainly during the James Harden era. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of players signed by the Sixers are former Rockets from that time frame, starting off with the signing of PJ Tucker, which, to be honest, considering his age, might be a little overpay, but I think from a basketball standpoint, it's a great move because he's going to come off the bench. He provides you with 3-point shooting from that corner spot. He has chemistry playing with James Harden, who will be the primary ball handler for this team. And then also, Tucker gives the Sixers a much needed defensive presence and toughness that is needed for this Sixers team, especially being in a city like Philadelphia. I think they'll love his intensity. So that's a solid pickup in my opinion by Philadelphia. Then they also brought in Daniel House, who is another former Rocket, and he provides that 3-and-D role that Danny Green was for the Sixers in previous years. And, with House being a near 37% 3-point shooter for his career, I think that's another solid addition for this team, another bench piece that can make this team more deep and more sustainable going into the postseason. They also brought in DeAnthony Melton from the Memphis Grizzlies via trade. This was a draft night deal, and he's a solid role player, and he's still pretty young. He averaged 10 points per game this past season off the bench for the Grizzlies, which was a career high for him. And then lastly, the reason why I decided to make this video in the first place was Philadelphia made a pretty good low-key move. They signed former Sixth Man of the Year Montrezl Harrell on a cheap deal. And this move comes with its pros and cons, and the cons being that, is he going to provide you with defense? Probably not. Not the best defender. And is he going to provide you with much floor spacing as a shooter? Probably not. But the pros are the intensity, the passion, and the toughness that he's going to give this team alongside PJ Tucker. That should make this team no pushover this upcoming season in the Eastern Conference. And Montrezl Harrell on the offensive end, even though he's not a guy that's going to hit jump shots at a consistent level, he knows how to get his points, he can finish around the rim, and he's a guy that can give you 20 on any given night. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a former Sixth Man of the Year winner. And that's the main thing I love about these Sixers signings is they brought in guys that are good fits on the floor with this team, but also good fits when it comes to being a Sixer and helping this team get some more character and some more toughness in that locker room to go against these teams like Miami and Milwaukee that are tough and are obviously some of the contenders in the conference when you look at the whole big picture this season. So it shall be interesting to see what Philadelphia looks like next season. I think they're going to be a really good team. I think they're much more improved. They're much more deeper now. And, let's just say, knock on wood, Joel Embiid gets hurt. I think they got the pieces to keep them afloat, keep them in the playoff picture. They won't fall out of it. But like I mentioned in, all my previous Sixer videos, this season pretty much comes down to James Harden. I think Tyrese Maxey is going to take another step, which should help. But if James Harden can get back to being more efficient and not a guy that's out here scoring 18 points in playoff games or scoring 13 points and not being aggressive, and he goes back to at least giving you 22, 24 points per game, 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds, and 8, 9 assists, this team has a really high ceiling and they can win a championship. Because right now, the Sixers are in a bit of a drought. They're looking to chase their first NBA Finals appearance since 2000, and win their first NBA championship since 1983. So will they do it? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did the Sixers improve? Are they the most improved team in this offseason? We'll see. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Link will be down in the description below. This has been a checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.